Kohima de আজি November 29 de Kohima Beach Memorial and Eco Park আয়োজন কৰিছে program de special guest to Chief Minister Dr. Nipirio Tagisharo আজি laga event to Chandahan nimide facility do formally khuli dia mark কৰিছে Eco Park to through JICA assisted Nagaland Forest Management Project bra fund কৰিছে আৰু Department of Environment, Forest and Climate Change pra implement কৰিছে facility do Twitter part ase behla do Peace Memorial aru dusra do Eco Park ase Eco Park la foundation stone do May 8 2024 day Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to India Suzuki Hiroshi bra lay কৰিছে আৰু Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to India Keiichi Onobra December 1 2024 day আয়োজন কৰিছে detail চাইছব
Great pleasure in inaugurating our Eco Park, and I hope this will be a blessing to the people of Kohima town and the travelers and particularly tourists to spend their blessed time and enjoy. God bless.
Today's event, it marks the formal opening of this facility for the general public, and it has come at an apt time because, as you are all aware, that we are going to start the Hornbill Festival starting from 1st of December. So this facility and this venue will also be prominent part of the festivities that will follow. This event also marks the culmination of sustained efforts on part of the department, on part of the government of Nagaland, and especially Honorable CM to realize this dream. As we know that as Kohima is growing, we need outdoor spaces, but unfortunately we don't have many. So this will become one of the more popular outdoor facilities or outdoor place that we have in the city. This venue, it has basically two parts. One is the Peace Memorial, other is the Eco Park. The Eco Park was conceived and funded. It was conceived initially by the tourism department, and then they come up with a proposal to the forest department that can be funded through the JICA assisted Nagaland Forest Management Project. And while there were a lot of initial issues, because as you know, Japanese are generally very particular in how the money that they are loaning us is spent and how what can be considered, what cannot be considered. But thanks to the effort by our Honorable Chief Minister and efforts by the department, that we were finally able to convince them to fund it, with the condition that this will also be used as an outlet, as a place to showcase the products of the self-help groups that we have formed under the JICA sponsored Nagaland Forest Management Project.
The Eco Park is a joint project of Government of Japan and Government of Nagaland, which symbolizes the spirit of friendship and reconciliation between Japan and the people of Nagaland born from the tragedy of World War II. The friendship has now matured into a message of peace in brotherhood. The Peace Memorial, which served as a mark of respect to those who lost their life fighting in World War II on the same ground where we are holding this function. It is also a testament to the belief in the power of peace. The EcoPark components of the project has been funded through the JICA assisted Nagaland Forest Management Project, NFMP, being implemented by my department. Besides serving an important open space in the city, the park will also serve as an outlet for products being made by women self-help groups created the Nagaland Forest Management Project. 2 stalls in the Eco Park have been allocated for this purpose.
Today, as I drove past the Kohima War Cemetery, past the tank down there, and walked in the space of this Peace Memorial, I was reminded of 3 places I was fortunate to visit in the past few years. The eternal flame where the atom bomb was dropped in Hiroshima, Pearl Harbor, which changed the course of the war in the West, and a place where I stood and looked down from the bridge on the River Kwai in Kanchanaburi, Thailand. All these 3 places reminded me and brought back photographic memories of my visit, because those 3 places were significant and historical locations as far as the Second World War is concerned. Why I say this is Kohima, iconic Kohima, is no lesser in its significance and its historical importance. We all know the historical background behind what happened here in Kohima. As the Japanese forces swept through Asia, the Far East, and reached here, Kohima was witness to one of the greatest battles in modern history. Historians and all of us say that the Battle of Kohima changed the course of world history. We keep saying that if the Japanese forces had reached Dimapur, gotten hold of the airstrip and the railway head, perhaps the history of the subcontinent would have been different. Perhaps the spread of democracy in South Asia would have been different. But at times we tend to forget that the march of the Japanese army from Japan across Asia till here also changed the course of history throughout Asia, speeded up the process of decolonization, and so many new nations emerged, achieving independence from European countries. Whatever the result of the war, history changed course. And we say history changed course. The forces of democracy and freedom won here. And when we say that, we must be very clear that the Naga people, the local population, we contributed towards that victory. We were living peaceful lives, living off the land, living the way our forefathers and our foreparents taught us for generations. And suddenly guns boomed, tanks arrived, jet fighters flew over us, and war was upon us. We were suddenly caught up in a war that we had nothing to do with. Great ideologies, superpowers clashed here in our lands and in our fields. Today, we sit here and appreciate the wonderful facility that has come up. Blue skies, gentle breeze, a vibrant city down the street. But one can imagine 80 years ago what the scene would have been. We walk on the same soil that they fought on. This was the battlefield, the Kohima garrison, the Kohima ridge. This was the battlefield. This was the place where history was changed. We walk on that same soil which was soaked with their blood. We breathe the same air which they gasped for in their dying moments. We walk the soil which was soaked with their blood, and we spend this hour of fellowship in the space where they made the ultimate sacrifice. But we've learned from war and violence and death. Today, this place, the Naga people, the local community, are using the experience, the pain of war and death to spread peace, to tell the world that peace is the only option. Today, Kohima and the Naga people are contributing again towards the goodness of humanity. We are telling our experience and the knowledge that we gain to tell the world that there must be oneness, there must be unity, there must be peace, because peace is the only way. We contributed towards the triumph and victory of democracy 80 years ago. Today, we will contribute for the good of humanity. We will take and claim our place in history, because we know down the road where the Kohima cemetery stands, every grave tells a story. Every spot of land down there will forever be Scotland, England, Ireland, Punjab, or wherever they came from. Teenagers, young sons, only childs, they travel thousands of kilometers to fight a war away from home. Mothers, grandparents lost their loved ones. But let us remember that those patches of land will forever be England, Scotland, Ireland, wherever they came from, as I said. And we will use that message to tell peace to the world.
So today, we have just inaugurated that Eco Park, and that makes this place as already inaugurated Kohima Peace Memorial. So these components put together make this place a very important place. And the locals, it is not the war as mentioned, but directly or indirectly our people were involved. We had faced the hardship, the horror of conflicts, and so many things happened to us. We were awoken up by the civilizations that came to our doorstep. And our history has become a global history. There is a saying that Japanese, when the atom bomb was thrown and so many people died, they say they cannot count how many died. The atom bomb was dropped in 6th and 9th August in 1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And people estimated how many died. So they assess about 1 lakh to 1,66,000 people died in that atom bomb in 2 cities. I had the privilege also going to Hiroshima, and that bombed place, that area is declared as Peace Park, and that what I was saying, eternal flame, in remembrance of all the people who died and propagating for peace. But like, if you go and see the movies or pictures, you see young and old, they go and see Japanese people, they weep, they cry, become so emotional. Even Britishers, tourists were there. They themselves also were crying. That inhuman thing happened. And therefore, I think war, Second World War, the fiercest battle and the last big fight took in Kohima. So, those of us who are living today, I feel that we should build in such a manner that it keeps the history alive. We do our part. And also, even not only us, but future generation to come and see the devastating effect of war. Nagas are longing for peace. And therefore, all Naga people should study the effect of war, coming to cemetery, Kohima War Cemetery, or coming to Eco Park, and how this generation were trying to bring peace and unity. Yes, we have brought up these many facilities, the shops and the museums, some stalls for Naga dishes and other dishes also, including veg restaurant. Your different, you have Chinese kitchen also, I mean Japanese kitchen also, to have the taste. And therefore, all this, what is created, should be protected. We have to educate our people that this is a treasure for all of us and for generations to come. It is not easy to build up this kind of place. A quality control and that what is necessary, and also how to promote our Naga motifs, designs. All this put together has come up. So I'm grateful to all the people who are involved. And now the shops all finished, no rooms. We thought we'll give to some selected people, but they could not get their rooms. And so, the department has done well, and people involved making this place become a reality. It was only a vision, a thinking, but it has been implemented and become a reality. I'm grateful to all the agencies who have made it possible. This will be managed by the one society and people who are involved in this construction, so that the standard and the intention is maintained. And I advise that you take entry fees also. You control the price, they're very reasonable. And the shops also you promote Naga products. Yes, some of Japanese or British who are involved, it'll be good also to see their goods also sold here, but it cannot be in large scale. So I also advise the shopkeepers or the shoppers, the orders, it should be a joint efforts to keep this as same as it is. And I'm sure we will all benefit. Japanese has become our friends. A friendship had been erected in the stone. And they are coming forward to help us. But let us remember, Japanese people are very disciplined people, very hard working, very focused. So if you want to become like Japanese, you have to become like them first. So don't think that class na pass hoy jabo inaga bagnan na bolay. We were very naughty when we were children. And we used to comment, hey, you can do class na jalbi pass hoy. It is not like that. Now, this age, very serious competition has come. Everybody start talking about meritocracy. So let us also work hard and discipline like Japanese so that we learn from them and we become a better society. Thank you and God bless.
Boss. Boss. क्या बात है? Boss. क्या ठाट है? Boss. दमदार है? Boss. शानदार